Tonight on the North American Friends Movie Club.
Colorful costumes.
Magnificent makeup.
And 174 musical numbers.
We watched the 1990 American crime action film, Dick Tracy.
So, slip into your yellow-ist trench coat.
And use your watch to call the Kappas.
Because we're the Dick Tracys of podcasts.
And this show is our police-issued Tommy gun.
This is what it sounds like when we do a podcast. We're currently doing one. This is the North American Friends Movie Club, and you might notice something about the name of our show. And that's Friends comes before Movie Club. Because it's simply more important to us. It's as important to us as Dick Tracy's yellow jacket is to him. That's how important friendship is to us.
Absolutely.
So I got to ask my two little detectives, how we cluing?
Listen to that.
Did you have the clue and joke planned?
Nope.
How we cluing? Two of us are tired, but we're good. Two of us are tired but sharp and present.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm not tired. I'm sharp. I fell asleep early last night. Other than that,
Were you reading your book?
I was listening to the Bible.
Yep. I love how holy you are.
I'm juggling the Bible and a book at this present time.
It's a lot.
It is.
Who else do I know that's reading two books right now? I'm certainly
and I
not.
listened, and I learned what about the Strait of Hormuz was.
It's a very important place.
It's very important.
It's between the countries.
Yep, between Iran and Oman, of course.
You know what? Iran is the birthplace of it all.
Iran is an incredible country with incredible history.
Mesopotamia was like the motherland of everything. And then I know in the 50s, the U.S. influenced the election in Iran.
And then there was a revolution and it got real bad.
Yeah, way to go.
Okay, do you know how there's like a lot of reality TV shows with Persian people?
I didn't realize that they were overrepresented on reality TV.
No, but there's at least two shows in Bravo. Anyway, I didn't know that they were Persian and that meant Iran.
Yep.
And I wonder if Persia is larger than just the country Iran.
Oh, yeah. I watched like a really interesting video of like the history of the borders in that region. And it's just like, from the moment that civilization started, it was like a game of Risk. Just like, now it's all Iran, now it's all Mesopotamia, now it's all these guys. Like, and they just like come in and out and in and out and moves around so much. It's crazy.
It'll always be Mesopotamia to me. Mesopotamia to me.
It'll always be Mesopotamia. Oh, that's good.
Well, I need to ask what happened, Kate.
Oh
Yeah,
my
what's
gosh.
happened?
You guys, so much has happened. I wrote so many notes. Let's see what they say.
So excited.
My first thing I have written is, I've never been offended by Black comedians who make fun of white people. Black comedians have done this for the most white people to understand themselves. Okay. So like white people that get mad at Black comedians are weak bitches, weak ass bitches who don't want to hear about themselves. So that was
Yeah, suck it up. Suck it up.
The Simpsons did it the best when they had the stand-up comic saying like white people drive like this and yeah.
And to be honest, Homer loved that shit. He was fucking dying.
Yeah.
Jules watched her first real horror movie. So she's been
Which
into
one?
Scream. She's like watched all the Screams.
That's a good start. Dip your toe into it.
Mhm.
And like, I know what you did last summer, maybe. And she's like, these aren't even scary. She's like,
That's
they
right.
just like kill people. And it's like, yeah. So she watched The Conjuring.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Um, and she did think it was scary. But we had fun watching it. And during the ending, at the last exorcism at the end of the movie, I saw there was a Nate roll, like it was a jujitsu roll, and I noticed it because we've been talking about fighting and rolling, and there was
Mhm.
you could be in an exorcism and need to know to roll to get
Yeah.
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really latched onto rolling, Kate. And I noticed you
so
really
happy.
latched onto it. Yeah. It really struck a chord with her.
Because I truly like believe it in my heart. Like we all need to be able to roll through it. Like
I think it's a great metaphor and useful thing, right?
Yeah.
May I suggest the song Roll With It by Oasis? You listen
You
to
may
that.
suggest an Oasis song. We know that's your favorite band.
Yep. And Kate listens to that. She just rolls around in the living room. Beautiful.
I need to vacuum before I roll around on the floor.
Good call.
We went to St. Louis, and I found out my friend works 80 hours a week.
Oh my God. How?
Can you
How?
imagine?
How?
She is in charge of the events at the Dome and Convention Center in St. Louis. So they have the Battlehawks, which is there's another football league. It's like a minor league
Arena
for football,
football.
guys. Did you know about this?
Oh, yeah.
But it's not arena. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever. The Battlehawks. This is
Good
funny.
name.
Yeah. So I'm tying this in. I have two different. Nick loves hats. Nick loves hats. A while ago, Nick bought a Battlehawks hat because he was like, I want to support, the local football team. And the first time he wore it, I was like, you look like you're a Christian because it's all white and it has like a sword with wings. Like,
Okay.
I'm going to look it up.
Yep.
I don't know, forget.
Yeah, it's giving God's strongest soldier.
I'll be honest, and I think Nick expects me to be honest when he clicked that request a friend option on Facebook and he wanted to be my friend. I think he wanted honesty from me, and I'm going to say it. The white Battlehawks hat is fucking ugly. It's not a nice hat.
Oh,
damn.
It's too white. It's too white. There's no representation of the team name on it. You'd have to know what a sword and wings are. It looks like it's something from Lord of the Rings or the Highlander, which could mean not only could it be called religious, it could also be called a nerd. And it's a risk.
Oh, damn.
So, Nick, put the hat, retire the hat.
Nick did not make up don't talk about my man like that. I'm going to defend.
I want to say, Nick, I think you could wear any hat. I think you could pull off any hat. That's how good your
I didn't say you
hat
couldn't
wearing
pull it
skills
off.
are.
I'm just saying the repercussions of wearing such a hat, what would be that could happen.
that one could think you're a nerd. I don't think that's the worst. I mean, you don't want to be, you're 40, Nick's 45. He doesn't want to be a nerd.
Yep.
No, fucking
Why
wearing
is he starting now?
Catan hat.
Right.
Yeah,
That man's never been a nerd. Have you guys been nerds? I've never been a nerd.
Not official. Like, I love nerdy stuff, but I'm just so inherently cool that there's nothing I can
That's
do to
the way
stop
I
it.
feel. That's
Yeah.
the way I feel.
Yeah, I'm not a nerd.
I think it's hard for women to be nerds. I think it's easier for men to be nerds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because women aren't inherent, like nerdy women, unless you can look at and see a nerdy guy. And there are some types of women that you can visually clock as nerds. But a lot of the times, you don't know a woman is a nerd until you talk to her. Unless they're wearing very obvious nerdy clothes.
Like a battle hat.
I don't want to talk about these old-timey 50s dresses.
I think it's the grand plan is to make my opinion is it to is women are supposed to be baseline more attractive than males, and males are less attractive, so women will be more picky, and that will prolong our reproduction with better genetics.
Okay, Elon.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. I lost the plot.
I want to be able to describe it better, and it was all coming out so well until I said better genetics.
I'll tell you where you actually went wrong, Brent. The minute you said males, like anytime you say females or males, you're on the wrong track, and you have to bail out as fast as you can.
Gotta roll out.
Yeah, you gotta roll. You gotta roll.
That's such a good nightgown. Gotta roll out.
Oh my gosh. I was trying to explain that to somebody in real life, and it does not land in real life as well.
Oh, I tried to explain to Melissa the other night in bed, and I'm like, it's going to be a nightgown with sleeves, and it's going to say, you'll live forever as long as your roots are wet. And she was, what? I was like, oh, there's so many inside jokes involved, Melissa. I'm sorry.
It must be insane to listen to this podcast with no context whatsoever. And we're just having the time of our lives.
The people that listen to this have been listening to us for a long time. And so they're up to speed.
Yeah, they're getting the inside jokes. Like when I get a text that says, or when I try to explain to the person that knows me the best, a nightgown that says that on it, and she looks at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, there's a cave that's all water, and there's a tree, and it lives forever because its roots are wet, and then we're going to switch from t-shirts to nightgowns. It gets lost, yes.
Well, that's what happened.
That's what happened. Well, didn't your daughter graduate? Wasn't there like a whole thing?
Oh, well, yes. I wasn't gonna. Yes, she did, and it was very sentimental and great.
Did you cry? Did you cry?
Oh, let me tell you guys. So the night before her last day of elementary school, the way I've been describing it is it's like someone died, but no one died. Like I was crying like someone had died. And she was like, what's wrong?
I was like that when Jeremy graduated. It's not like they died. It's like I compared it to like him coming out of a cocoon as the next step of his life.
That wasn't me. I was feeling terrible. I was like, life goes too quickly.
Okay, Debbie Downer.
I was in my mind's eye. I kept seeing her first day of kindergarten because it was COVID, and I went and took her to get first day of school pictures like she would have normally. And she's just it's just so terribly sad. I'll start crying about it now.
I'm glad you brought it up, Nate. This is great. Anything else? Didn't your grandmother die recently, Kate?
No, but guys, I did do this is my third or fourth year presenting at this conference, and my presentation was so good, and I really did what I came there to do, which is like educate and impassion people about what I think they should care about.
Hell yeah.
And 80 people came to see me talk, and
80?
Yes, and
damn.
Should have plugged the show.
A lot of them are interested in further, like, doing. Anyway, I'm making moves, guys.
You're making moves, brother.
I'm into it.
You looked so professional in front of your presentation board standing there.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
Damn, that's a professional.
You look natural. Right, you look just natural.
Like you belong there.
Exude power.
You always need to be standing in front of a huge whiteboard.
Thanks, Brent. I hope to be doing that because, guys, it's so important to talk about our feelings and talk about sharing our thoughts and feelings, because a lot of us were raised not to talk about our feelings. Actually, a lot of people don't even know how to share their feelings and don't even know how to identify them.
I'm the opposite. I'm so good in therapy. Like, I'm so good.
Yeah.
I kill it. I really do. I've gotten multiple. Okay, we're going to start my segment now.
And that's what happened.
And that's
what happened.
That's what happened.
I got a couple things to say. One of them, we'll just keep on going to therapy, is I'm starting a new treatment program, which means I'm going to see a pain therapist, which is different than other therapists, I guess. I'm going to start a physio program, and I'm going to get ketamine infusions. Your boy's going to be on ketamine.
Ooh. Horse tranquilizers.
Yeah. He's on a K. He's on the K. He's on the special K. He's going to be all fucked up, I hope. And then
it does not fuck you up like that, I don't think, does it?
I hope it does for you.
Me too. I'm really looking forward to this ketamine part of my life. So that's encouraging. I have a new treatment program. I met with a pain doctor, and he basically said, after everything he looked at and listened to, he said, you're pretty fucked. You're not going to get better, but we're going to see if we can make you better a little bit.
There you go.
And he totally took amputation off the table. So we're not cutting it off.
We're not cutting it off.
Don't cut her off.
Nope.
Do people do that?
Yeah. And he said it's too much of a chance of it skipping to the other foot. I'm like, well, I don't want that. Picture that, how cranky I would be.
Or like, even imagine you get your whole foot cut off, but then you still feel the ghost foot. And it's like, fuck, it's not even there and you're still feeling it. And now you got a fucking peg leg like a pirate. Tough.
He said a surgeon did it around here one time and he just was against it. And that's exactly what happened. All the pain was still in the ghost foot and it went over to the real foot. So we're not doing that.
Oh my God.
We have a
would you feel
plan,
like a dum-dum?
You would. That's
you
the
would
ultimate.
Feel like a dum-dum.
Yeah, there's no reset button on that one.
Nope. Can't go back.
We talked about the
you
battle.
You could get a zombie foot, though.
What would that look like?
Well, it's got sewings up. You have to sew it up. And
I think since you live on an island, you should get flipper. If you're going to get anything, you should get a flipper.
If I was going to get anything, I would get like the running blade.
Oh, those things are sick. Yeah. The Pistorius blade. Yeah.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
He's a little trouble.
But it's just your foot. He had his like leg, right? Don't you have to like...
Oh, it's just your foot?
No, hold on. In regards to a blade, the blade has to be like at least a foot long.
Yeah, Kate's right. It's got to be like at least up to the knee.
You're not going to lose enough of your leg to use a blade. That's what I'm trying to say, Brent. So put your invalidating drama in your pocket.
Yeah, put your drama in your pocket.
Spoken like a person with 2 good feet. Oh, it's just a foot. I only got 2 of them. That's 50% of my feet.
Get out of here with that. Go somewhere else.
Put your drama in your pocket.
Yeah, put your drama in your pocket, Brent. I would get the bent back paperclip foot blade. Yes, I would.
You're not going to have enough leg for it.
I would. But for cutting things off, let's cut it up to the blade length then.
Yeah, that's okay.
If we're going to do it, we're
he says you got to make it blade length at least. I don't want a hook. I don't want a foot hook. I want a foot blade. No. So you got to go up.
What if you had a foot hook? You were like, this is my blade.
We're not even going to entertain this. No.
Brent's like, I want the blade because he doesn't have enough leg. The surgeon puts
they give him a little hook. Yeah.
The minute Nate said foot hook, I knew it was over. The way Kate leaned back, I knew it was over. We're just going to let it play out naturally. That's fine.
I'm on the end of it. Oh, crap.
I know. That's why we're letting it play out. Both of you rub your eyes, got your jokes out. It started with, oh, it's just a foot. That comment really hurt.
You said that.
Mm-hmm. You said it.
Oh, I did say that, but I was using it in the you know why I said it that way.
Well, you will be talked about to my pain therapist. We were talking about Battle of Hawk hats and how Nick has to retire that one. I showed you guys the hats I want to start wearing. I don't think I have the head for it, but that guy's cool as fuck.
That guy is very cool.
Shout out to Don't Know Your Name, but he is the owner. Name? I don't know his name.
Oh,
he's
you
the
don't
operator
know his name.
No.
I thought he was maybe so cool that his name was Don't Know Your Name.
Like, yeah. No, his shop is in Kentucky. Maybe you could be their first sponsor. Wild Hats. He makes cool hats.
He puts snake skin around the brim, which is very cool.
You can get
I
You
would
can
definitely
custom
get
jobs.
snake skin.
I wouldn't.
But
I
it would
showed
be
you
a
the hat I
snake
want.
that I myself caught.
You got to
Ooh.
get it. Yeah.
A little garter snake, and it's only a
It's
little
very
part of the
small.
brim.
It's like a tiny bow. a tiny snake bow.
I like that. Like not the skin, just like a little gardening snake tied like a little rope. That's nice.
This is
Cute.
all I could catch. This is all I could catch. So we're gonna look at that. I'm teasing that whole era of Brent. So shout out Wild Hats in Kentucky. Send us a free hat for plugging your shop. I had a brilliant idea. I had to drop my car off today. Did
you know that I did too?
Wow. What are you getting done?
An oil change and an air filter change.
Ooh, well, I'm getting an oil change and the inspection done. So I came up with a great idea that I don't know how to trademark it, but I'm just going to say intellectual property for Brent. Let's do a garage, but also in the garage is like a Dave and Buster style arcade.
Mm-hmm.
So you can or a escape room or a VR place,
yeah,
or a golf simulator.
Mm-hmm. Something to do while you wait for your car.
Yeah, like
Dave and Buster's.
There's one issue with that.
Of course there is. Go ahead.
It's the only issue I can see because I think that's a great idea. But when you're going to get car work done, you're already going to spend a bunch of money. And so
it
you
should
don't
be free.
Yeah. Like people
Free
aren't going to
arcade.
spend a lot of money while their car's getting worked on.
What about a subscription plan then? You play a flat rate for the year that covers your oil changes for the year and your play place.
So sometimes you're just going to the play place even when your car isn't getting worked on.
Sure.
Turns into like the most like popular place in town. They don't even got time to fix the cars because they're too busy getting root beers.
Yeah.
That's what Canada Tire sounds like to me.
It's Canadian Tire. Don't call it Canada Tire.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so sorry.
That's nice. Canada Tire is good.
No, it sounds like we only have one of them, and it's
Canada
like in Ottawa
Tire,
or something.
One tire, one country.
Walmart, Target, they're all singular.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we called it Walmarts my entire childhood. I mean, I did it ironically, but a lot of people just called it that naturally.
We call it Wally World. I don't know why.
Oh, because from the movie.
What movie?
From National Lampoons. They go to Wally
Vacation.
World.
Oh, is that what's up?
I think so.
I never realized that's where it came from.
I think
I
so.
heard other people say it and I just copied them because I'm a poser.
Did you guys call Target Target?
Yeah,
I definitely still do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. What were we talking
One
about?
of my biggest wins the past couple years is turning Nick on to Target clothes. He was thinking Target clothes were like Walmart clothes, and I was like, no, bro. Target clothes are like better than Walmart clothes.
Because Walmart clothes are horse shit. I don't even look. I skipped the whole section.
Here's the thing. I've had things from Walmart that have lasted years. And I've also not liked a lot of things at Walmart.
I feel like you buy a 2X shirt at Walmart and you wash it one time and it turns into a belly shirt, extra small belly shirt. It's
That's
like
cute.
There's
I
some
currently
magical
have two
property.
T-shirts like that. I bought 2 T-shirts and I bought them from a grocery store, and they literally turn it into a crop top.
Yeah.
I think that men over the age of 35, if your shirt, like, there's this type of man in his belly, he doesn't know that he's gained weight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he wears these shirts, and from his angle, it looks like it's covering everything.
Yeah.
But
And
from
then
everybody else, there's a good 2-3 inch gap with his white belly hanging out.
Yeah.
If he's black on black, it looks like an Oreo cookie. I call it.
When he grabs something from the top shelf, he looks like a pirate flag just flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
His body's the pole.
It's gonna be a rough day when I hit that day.
Nobody's hitting that day. We're not hitting that day, Brett.
Not in this fitness pod.
That's right.
You guys will be, especially you two, will be glad to know I stopped sucking on my beard. Montreal lost. I'm no longer
waiting.
I still am playing with it and twisting it into little things like this, and they all stick out.
Mhm.
And Melissa hates it. And that's the face she makes, right? The one you just made right there, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Brent with the long beard it's not great. It's not going great. But I'm going to keep it.
Well, you apparently like playing with it.
Well, it's there.
Brent, what other things have you played with?
I don't like any of this. I don't like the direction this whole thing is going. You guys turned on me with the better genetics comment. Everything was going good until that part.
Yep. Yeah, and then we got on a team, and now it's 2 versus 1, and we're just pushing you back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I feel like Kate's taking my arms and slapped me in the face with my own arms. Like, why are you hating yourself?
Yeah, you got to roll. You got to pick a direction you need to fucking roll, dude.
I got to roll out of it. The last thing I want to talk about is Brent's Bible minute, I guess. We need an L.
Brent's Bible
BBL.
Blasters.
No, BBL. Brent's Bible lesson.
There it
Brent's
is.
Bible lesson.
Time
BBL.
for
Nicely
time
done.
for a BBL. Thank you. That was right off the dome. Fucking Biggie again. The New Testament. I found a perfect way to sum the New Testament up. It lacks the stars. It lacks the big guy. He's dead. So it's like you're going to see Leonard Skinner now. Like all the songs are there, they're all the same. You get the point, but it's not the original guys, and it's just like doesn't hit the same. It's just a
Last
bunch of
season of The Office.
yeah,
Steve Carell.
exactly. It's and like it's like going to see a Kiss tribute band, all like Smooch or something like that.
Ooh, that's good.
That was pretty good too. Yeah, it's like seeing a tribute band. It's not the same. Like you're gonna have a good time, sure. I'm having a good time with it, but it just my heart's not in it. And I think they need to swap them. I think they need to figure out a way to swap them.
Put the New Testament first because it's newer.
I think we need the rapture is what I'm getting at.
Brent's looking for part 3, actually. He's looking for the big
I'm
comeback.
looking for the trilogy.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
And
we need
another
God.
one.
I need God and Jesus to come and do it. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the fucking the mess and see who's right once and for all.
Aren't they all on the same team?
I don't know. We don't know what God would pick if he came down. Who would he go after? The goodies or the baddies? Who are the goodies or the baddies? This is what life's all about. Let's see who's right once and for all. I want to copy it. I don't know anything about trademarking, Nate, but
I
that
just looked
comment.
up how to trademark things.
Well, I want to have a picture of
We could.
God
It costs $300.
and Jesus.
Actually, good idea for a TV show, Bible Part 3. And it's just people in today's day and age, folks just like us, attractive, normal folks just
Athletic.
like us.
Yeah.
And they're
With all our feet.
it's Bible Part 3 now. We've done the first 2, but 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
We are
here.
writing it. We're right.
No,
It's just-
I'm saying it is stars. It's not like
it's about the plot is 3 people living out
Yep.
whatever the storyline
they're
is.
living their normal lives, and then Bible Part 3 starts happening,
then
and they're like accidentally find themselves in the Peter Paul Joseph situations. You know,
Okay. I like that.
legit, actual good idea.
Yep. We're full of it here. So the BBL is Leonard Skinner concert.
BBL's Leonard Skinner concert. Okay, well that makes sense to us.
So when are you going to be done?
Oh, I'm dragging my feet with it now. It's kind of
Because
like
you don't want to go to church.
I already talked to Melissa about going to church. I'm going.
That's why you're
And it's
dragging your
kinda
feet though, because you don't want to go.
It's like I'm dragging my feet because that's why I never watched the last 45 minutes of Better Call Saul last episode, because once they're gone, they're gone. My friends are gone.
I do that too, Brent.
Oh, you
Yeah,
love the
stuff.
Bible.
I'm not ready for the boys to be gone.
Yep,
Oh, I think that means you're going to heaven.
I hope
me
so.
too, Brent.
I would fucking kill it in heaven. I would be killing it. Could you imagine?
Oh,
You
so
could
God.
good
kill
in heaven.
wherever you went, Brent.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You could even kill in hell, bro, if you really wanted to.
No, in hell they'd put tight pants on me and jeans, and I wouldn't.
Hill is just clothing based.
Yeah.
It would be tight
All
jeans.
the shirts are belly shirts.
It's his same exact life, but
Yeah.
it's just terribly uncomfortable clothing.
Yeah.
We need the weekly report, Nate.
Let's do the weekly report.
Weekly report. Weekly report.
Weekly report.
It's been a while since we saw each other because we kept having to reschedule. So I have a few things.
Yep.
I played one baseball game and we lost worse than any baseball game, any sporting event I've ever participated in my entire life.
Whoa.
Ooh,
I think it was
not
something
good.
like 27-0.
Whoa.
It was just one of those
Why
days.
did they let them do that?
Well, there's no umpires. It's a self-umpired game, so it'd be
Oh.
really embarrassing if we were like, mercy, mercy.
Okay. Perfect reason. Perfect
And,
reason why that happened.
like, we're a pretty good baseball team too. Like, we won our first game like 28-21. Like, very high scoring was our first game, but we just couldn't do shit. We just couldn't do anything.
Do you guys use gloves or what?
These are
We're just-
very high-scoring
great-
baseball games.
Just great hitters, you know. You
That's
put the ball where
awesome.
someone else isn't.
Do you guys
Fucking
not
T-ball?
have, and nobody runs for the outfield?
You know what? There's decent outfilders. Our friend Joe Boulay, who we call Boulay, he made an incredible catch in the outfield.
That would be my problem as an outfielder. I wouldn't want to run so far and fast to catch
Mhm.
all of them.
Yep, I don't like being in the outfield. I don't like that kind of running. I like to stand.
Big requisite to play in the outfield.
Yeah.
Gotta be able to
I
run.
would way rather be at third base and have like dangerous balls launched at my face because that's like you just put your glove in front of it and you're okay, you're alive. But
you
running,
just put your
I might
glove in
die
front
out
of it.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Heart rate gets too high.
Yeah,
Dead.
torn ACL. Fucking.
How did you perform?
I played fine. I wasn't hitting good, but nobody on the team was hitting good. But I did make one like absolutely ridiculous play at shortstop. So I've just been living on that all week, replaying it in my mind,
Ooh.
thinking about how far away the guy was from the base when I threw it to first base. Me, I'm like, oh, I bet he thought about that.
Yeah. Oh,
That you slung it over there real quick.
Just how fat. He wasn't even close. He was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't even try.
Damn.
And then it was really hot, and me and I went over to Andy's house, and we built a whole playhouse for the children. And that was like a very satisfying experience to like start at like 11 in the morning with a bunch of boxes, and then by like 7:30 at night, we had a whole
That's cool.
structure.
That would have been very fulfilling.
Oh yeah, we stood there. We both stood there with our hands on our hips and looked
Yeah.
at it and like cheers, had a cheers. And then we're like,
Yes.
yeah. And then we
That's
took
awesome.
turns standing in front of it, taking pictures just in case we need those,
Yeah.
like show our great works.
Posterity's sake.
Just for posterity's sake. You never know when you'll need that.
That's
If I ever
right.
go on a 40s single dating site, yeah.
Listen, I'll put it on listen, Brent,
Are you on a
You're
dating
not wrong.
website?
like, well, I have been in the past. I'm not currently. My
Ooh.
profile's not currently operating because I had like 2 weird experiences in a row. I'm like, I think I'm good on this for now.
I like that saying. My profile is currently not active.
It's currently not active. I
Yeah,
didn't
I like
delete
that.
the account. I
No.
just paused it.
A couple clicks and you're back, baby.
Yeah,
Stop
sure.
showing it to the bibs because the bibs are crazed.
Yep.
And if I put a picture of myself standing in front of that playhouse and said, like, I built this, well, it signals a lot of things. One, hot guy standing right there. You can see it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
And you're into kids. No, and I don't mean sexually. I mean
Yeah.
like you want to be a father. And
Oh, but I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That profile pic is only going to attract ovulating women and the police.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. I'm not putting it up there.
No, you could crop yourself out of it and then superimpose something else, like turn it into a shed or like
Okay. Yeah. Like a meat smoking
yes,
shed. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
A bigger playhouse.
Yeah. I did have this funny idea that I guarantee would work where I was like, I should make a profile of just videos of me playing baseball and answer all the dating questions like, I do not want to date you. I just want to sub for your baseball team. And I bet I could play like 100 games in the summer if I just had a profile that
Why
like,
don't you should do that.
like if I had more time, I would. Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
I
true.
bet that's
Great
a really
idea,
good way.
Nate.
That is a good idea.
But just for guys that want to get in pickup sports.
No,
because
but
there's going to be ladies being like, oh wait, I should match with him just in case our team needs a sub later this year. Yeah, I bet I can
and
play
you
100
might get a
games.
different kind of lady who thinks that's very funny or something. Or it could be a win-win.
Yeah, it could be a big dub. Maybe I meet like a stud third baseman, and now we got the infield just locked down as a family.
The hot corner.
As a
Yep.
family.
Either call yourself Big Dub on the website or the hot corner. Either one.
Yeah,
The
either
hot corner. Like that.
one. I did invent a new dance move this week. I haven't been inventing very many dance moves lately. I've only been doing like 15 minutes of dance on average a day because this comes at the end of my workout. So not as much time for experimenting as before, but I did start doing a little gargoyle work, which is I get real low to the ground and I get my shoulders out and I kind of just like...
Oh my God, I have to see that on a dance floor. That's amazing.
You could also call buzzard work.
little buzzard work
buzzard walk. And,
Oh, that's incredible.
So that was fun. I was making myself laugh and having fun. And then finally, I've done my 4Ds, drinking my dairy, lifting the weights. What was the other one?
dancing.
Dostoevsky.
And then reading my Dostoevsky. I only read a little bit of Dostoevsky this week, but big update.
Ooh.
Natasha, there's a break in the book and there's like a bunch of time passes, maybe like a year or something like that. And then they all reconvene. And then we find out that Prince Mishkin's been in love with Natasha Filipova the whole time. And secretly she's been in love with him the whole time. And they have a whole moment like, you fool, don't you see that she's been in love with you this whole time? And he's like, it blew his mind. But I don't know what's going to happen. We just know that like, oh, there's a crush going on. There's
Sexual
love
tension.
in the air. There's love in St. Petersburg. Right?
Love in St. Petersburg. Florida.
But I added two extra Ds this week because I told you guys I haven't played any video games since January, and then all day Saturday, the whole day,
Amazing.
I played video games.
I'm
I
proud
worked
of
out,
you.
but other than that, and I was just
Much
basking
needed.
in it. I loved it so much, and I was playing a game called Dave the Diver. So that's 2 more Ds to throw on this week. So we're up to 6 Ds this week.
6 Ds.
6 Ds.
Damn, that's the kind of life we all hope to live.
For real. I never thought I'd get here. I never thought I'd come this far. Back when I was a 1D guy.
Single D guys can't even imagine a 6D day.
God, the riches.
He's quite the portly fellow, Dave the Diver.
Oh, it's a great
Can you explain
game.
the game?
It's like a very strange, funny game. The graphics are like really throwback to like almost Nintendo, Super Nintendo-ish pixel art. And you play this guy who he dives into the ocean during the day and catches fish, and then he runs a sushi restaurant at night. And so you have to like catch special fish and then make special sushi. And it's like, it's real. The sense of humor in the game is like so funny. There's all these moments where you have to like make a special dish for a special guest. And if you do it, you get this like animation, and the animation basically always goes the same way, where the person like looks very mad and then they like eat a little bite of sushi, and then something will happen. Like they'll transform into their childhood self, and their eyes will turn into hearts, and their face will get all like warm, like, this is the greatest sushi I've ever ate in my life. And every time you see one of these videos, it just fills you with like so much happiness and joy. I couldn't recommend the game more. I couldn't recommend it more. What great fun. And that's the weekly report.
I posted 2 pictures of Dave Diver for you there, Kate.
Thank you.
Speaking of adding D's to the week, we are going to add another D.
Ooh.
It's my month. I picked Adult Eyes. What that means is you watch a movie that you only watched when you were a kid, and we look at it with adult eyes. And I picked Dick Tracy. Our own breathless Kate is going to come out and tell us what Dick Tracy's all about.
Thank you. Dick Tracy's a detective, and in his world there are mobsters and I don't know, guys. I don't really remember the plot, if I'm being honest, because I
want me
watched
to take
it.
over for you?
Yes, but I get to jump in if I remember something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Dick Tracy is a story of a try-hard detective whose only goal in life is to rid the city of whatever of crime. He wears a yellow outfit for some reason, has a fancy talking watch. He has a beautiful dame on his side, red-haired lady, I forget her name.
Tess.
Tess, and that's a good name for a redhead dame. And he's trying to rid the city of the corrupt organization from what's his face, Al Pacino, who plays what's his name?
Yeah, what is Al Pacino's name in this movie? Let's get this open. He's Big Boy Caprice, of course.
Yeah, he's Big Boy Caprice. So Big Boy Caprice he's trying to consolidate all the local mobsters into one big super mob that he's going to be in charge of. Oh my God, I just realized that The Dark Knight just stole this whole fucking premise from Dick Tracy. Damn. Okay. So basically, Dick Tracy's The Dark Knight.
Interesting. Also, we haven't talked about how he is like morally superior. He is a morally superior person. So he is seduced or tries to be seduced or gets seduced by Madonna. It doesn't work. And then she dies at the end. And I was like, good for you, Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Didn't cheat on your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's Dick Tracy Jr. is a boy who's been abandoned and neglected, and he's an orphan that lives on the streets. And
Sassy orphan.
And he
Sassy orphan.
begrudgingly adopts him with Tess.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, that sums it up. Dick Tracy, he's married to the law, married to his job, unfortunately. And Tess has to break him out of it. And let's talk about all our favorite parts.
Let's talk about our favorite parts.
Okay, so first of all, we have to start off with the whole theme, adult eyes. Am I glad I watched this with adult eyes? And I am 100% glad I watched this with adult eyes. What a fun movie.
So fun.
It's so interesting. It's like, it's really different than any other movie.
It's done, and to me, there's like, okay, let's make this movie. There's no reason to make this movie. It doesn't make sense. We don't need it, but let's hire every respected, well-known white actor in the world, and we'll put them in it. And everyone's like, oh, that sounds fantastic, Warren Beatty. Let's do it.
I think it was very fun, and I hadn't watched it since I was a girl, and I loved it back then, and I really enjoyed watching it. I really liked it, and I thought it was fun. And I think Madonna, this got me on a Madonna deep dive, and I ended up finding her sex book online because I was like, that's like
As
around
one does.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very sexual, that book.
Sex book is very sexual.
Yeah.
She's very beautiful in this movie, particularly beautiful. Probably my favorite Madonna iteration is this Madonna.
It's the sexiest.
Yeah, she's very
Soft.
blue eyes. Very blue eyes. I never realized how blue her eyes were.
She's a beautiful lady.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing that I didn't like really understand as a kid that I caught when I was an adult, I don't know, that's not the right way to say it, but the color and the art direction is so like unique. I think maybe as a kid you don't notice it because you're just in that world of comic books and like that is what the world is to you almost as a child. But as an adult, you're like, it's weird. Nobody shoots anything like this. Nobody goes this stylized to try and recreate that feeling of like a Sunday comic where like it's all red, all green, all yellow.
Yes.
every yellow is the same yellow. Every red is the same red. It's not like shades. It's like a comic book. Like they use the red marker. They use the yellow.
And the people are so ugly and caricatured, and their big faces and ears and noses and foreheads, and
the makeup is great.
That's how we got to get back to bullying people. And we got to start
I thought you were saying something else.
No, we got to get back to this when we give people nicknames. You just pick at the person's biggest physical deformity or oddity.
All right, you go first. What are we calling you, Brent?
Elf ears, horse teeth, anything you want. I got
elf ears.
Yeah, I have the tiny ears, tiny ears.
Oh, okay.
Like they'd have to get a special gun to. They'd have to get a gun to pierce, a special gun to pierce them.
They got to bring out the baby piercing gun.
Let me see.
Exactly.
Let me see.
Like
that's a normal ear,
It's a normal ear.
No, it's
a
not.
Normal ear.
Like the
You're
camera's
not
at 10
Brent's
pounds.
Dick Tracy character's named Normal Ear.
Exactly.
No, my
maybe slightly smaller, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we got to pick it. We got to make it easier. Just pick someone's physical. I
hate this because men have been doing this to women forever. That's why we're all named Hoots or
Chesty LaRue.
Chesty LaRue.
My father-in-law worked with a guy in the pit that they called Liver because his ear was shaped like a liver. That's easy as it comes.
Yeah. I thought it was because he had really good liver health.
Nope.
This dude's taking his cod oil.
No, his ear, he had an accident where something hit him in the head and his ear got deformed.
His ear turned into a liver.
What happened to your face, Brent?
Oh.
You ran right into that. Okay, I want to talk about the guy who is, because what I thought you were going to say, Brent, that was a joke, obviously. That didn't really hurt your feelings.
He's upset that he got his ass.
I'm upset that you did it and then you followed it up with, you ran into that, and that could be said for my face.
Yeah, it really could.
It was
That's what I was thinking
burns.
too. Yeah,
it was
so
two
sorry.
good burns. No, it was good.
You're going to get there one day. You're going to get there one day, Brent. If you keep reading.
If you get your whole body tattooed, you might achieve this level.
You're like the salesperson seeing me look at a 32-inch inseam.
I do like how I thought you were going to talk about the real prosthetics and that there was like real makeup techniques. This isn't computerized. Like, I love that. And the guy whose head was the size of forehead, like,
but the face is this normal size, but the head's so big.
Normal. Oh my God.
His name is Littleface. Yeah, he's great.
That was incredible. I could just look at that forever. That kind of makeup stuff.
Had that decision
Littleface, I gotta Google
with an
it.
entire generation. Like, I totally remember that guy's, and that's why I watched it as an adult. Like, why did he have a little face? And it's
almost the only part of the movie I remember is that guy's face.
And the guy with like ribs in his forehead. He had like
that whole
wrinkles.
table of guys. And I think that's how you make a good movie nowadays. Is just fucking, you got to do that again.
Oh my God! And he has such a big hat. He has such a big hat on.
Yeah.
He struggles shopping as well. He struggles, I bet.
His ears are huge.
The opposite of mine.
That is, see, I don't know. This biologically, they might have done this wrong. Because if he has a normal size face, you would imagine that the fatness would not make his ears larger. He would just. Mm-hmm. So now I don't know.
Oh, she's off it now.
Yeah.
One thing, oysters to me look like a good time. Like, I know I wouldn't like them, but they look like a good time. The toppings, and you just slide them down.
Oh, they're good.
It's never really had much appeal to me, but I also live maybe in the most landlocked place on earth. Like, I'm so far from the water.
But you can still get oysters. They fly them in on
no, for
ice.
sure. But it's just, I think just culturally, we're like,
anti-seafood.
It's not a big part of our world.
I can go get one right now.
Yeah.
Bro, out of the sea?
All you got to do is throw on that Dave the Diver outfit, hop in, harpoon
they don't
gun.
want me. They don't want me with a harpoon gun in the sea. I come back.
Have you guys ever had caviar?
No.
It's really good.
Is it good?
And it can be local because it's just from fish.
It's just fish eggs. It's just fish eggs.
It's true.
It's just a
People
fact.
Like, oh, it came in fish, did it?
It's really good. You guys should try it.
That little kid he's an asshole. What do you don't need to adopt him.
I like a sassy kid.
No.
He's trying to survive in these streets.
Yep. And I like how much he eats. He can never fill him up because he's a hungry little orphan.
And I don't know why his tummy doesn't hurt more. He's eating too much. I always say that's the most mom thing, but it's like, if you eat too much, your tummy's going to hurt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it does.
Dick Tracy has the opposite instinct. He's watching me. He's like, get this kid another milkshake.
Get this kid another piece of pie.
You got any ice cream back there? If a kid looked at me with a dirty face and looked at me and told me go suck an egg, it would be on. That's where you'd have to say, I'm going to fight a kid.
Towards him.
Yeah. You tuck in, and you see me tuck in, and like my little blade would be clipping off the floor. But I did feel bad for the kid when he went into the shack and the guy didn't save him any chicken. That's the stuff that breaks my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanted chicken.
Where is this kid coming from? Can you imagine being raised on the streets? There are kids that are raised on the streets. I would be so tough. No, you have to be.
I noticed this doing this podcast with you, especially since we started turning the cameras on. Every time you talk about toughness or being tough, you immediately put your hands into karate chop. Like that's your default. Like
I can tell you have been trained in the way of the tiger, Kate.
I respect your confidence, but you're portraying like this middle-aged suburban white mom who probably doesn't know kung fu.
Right. I don't.
But
that's
most people make the fist. You make the karate chops. Listen, I respect. It's a big dog move
because I keep my hands open to defend, and then I go in to punch. So this
is pure blocking. Yeah. And then you come in.
You got to think about I'm coming more from. I'm getting low, so like
gargoyle.
I'm not kicking. Yeah. I'm like
yeah. Then you roll, and then you come up with the karate chops. Like, what is this woman doing?
I sweep the legs.
Sweep the leg.
I just noticed that once or twice an episode you put the chops up, and it's something I noticed.
It's really hard to forget your training.
It is. It just comes out of me.
Anytime she feels defensive, the chops come up. I respect it. That's where you're going to fight a kid. If a kid tells me he's sucking an egg, I'm going to fight him. But I did feel bad, and the reason the style of this movie is when they were fighting inside the shack, Dick Tracy and the guy, the shack was moving back and forth. That's good stuff.
It's really cool. Like it's like the shack is like on an angle, but the angle keeps swapping back and forth. It's like what a fun thing. Because you guys know me, I love when a movie's a movie, and this movie's like, guess what? We're 100% a movie. Don't even pretend for a second like you're watching something real. This is a movie, buddy.
That's right.
I love it. I love that, and I loved the scenes, like the light. I don't know. There's a shot when he's driving the car into the city in the light. I don't know. It was really pretty.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It looked awesome.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There's an all green everything character, or an all red. So what Nate was talking about the colors, that's so obvious. Like there was a guy who was all red wearing all red.
Yep. And it just looks so, I don't know, saturated. I don't know enough about how color works, but it's just like there's something that's happening where it's like it's so much more color than we're used to. Where they turned up the color to 10.
Who was around before? Dick Tracy or the man in the yellow hat? Who ripped off
Curious George?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I bet Dick Tracy's older than Curious George.
I would bet too.
Dick Tracy's older than Curious George. He made his debut in October 1931, whereas Curious George, the book, didn't come out till August 1941. During the war. Tough times.
Got
So
a whole decade.
I lose a lot of respect for the man in the yellow hat. He's not a style icon.
I
lot of
already
people
had a
think he
lot
is.
of lack of respect because if a monkey's living in my house, the monkey's going to respect me. And that man didn't demand respect. So he already,
He was not the
didn't have
alpha.
mine. Yeah.
I can't really say much with my dog. So,
Like you got a Clifford on your hands, you got to do what Clifford wants. That motherfucker could swallow you. But
Dick Tracy did get a little cute with it. He jumped off a building onto a street light onto the top of a car.
I like that.
Took more work to do that than it would to be just to slide down the pole and open the door of the car and sit down.
Especially because he was trying to be sneaky. He was like sneaking on the side of a building. Then he's like, donk.
He got a little cute with it.
When he and Madonna kissed, there was like a 3-inch spit string between them.
I noticed
It
the
was
spit.
gross.
I like it.
No.
Big fan. Yeah.
They were dating during this movie.
Were
Yeah,
they?
he's
They were
92
doing
now.
it.
They were
doing
100%
it.
doing it.
100% doing it. In that trailer? Oh, yeah. He took that yellow jacket off. That was it.
I was not attracted to Warren Beatty. He's a handsome
No, he's
man.
too old. He's too old. I think the interesting thing about this movie is he's too old to be Dick Tracy in the movie. And he still owns the rights to Dick Tracy. And so to maintain his copyright every few years, he has to like make something where he performs as Dick Tracy. So he does these like weird interviews with Leonard Maltin where he dresses up like Dick Tracy as a 90-year-old man. He's like, hey, it's me, Dick Tracy.
No,
I'm
he
here
doesn't.
now to
Are you
maintain my...
kidding?
This is 100% true. Because like, I guess he thinks they're going to make a Dick Tracy too. I don't know what his plan is. Like,
I like it. I'm a big fan of that.
Wow.
The one thing that didn't make sense to me is the kid was leaving and he stole Dick Tracy's badge, but then he goes and saves him in the boiler room and then plants the badge back in his desk and say, hey, Tracy, look in your top drawer. And he does, and it's the badge.
yeah. Because I think he thought there was money in the wallet, but it was just a badge. And so he could have kept the badge, but he's like, hey, I'm an honest little orphan thief. You can have your badge back.
Dick Tracy had no idea it was the kid that stole the badge.
Yeah.
Tracy thought he lost it in the boiler room. So that kid took credit for saving the badge, even though he was the one that stole it.
Yeah, he's a smart little orphan. He's a smart
you
little
don't
orphan.
like him.
He's got a sassy mouth.
Yeah, he's
He's
streetwise.
eating you out of house and home. He doesn't offer you anything. And he's stealing your stuff and saying, oh, look what I found.
I also have
Respect.
beef about them killing the Dick Van Dyke. My boy, they kill immediately. And I didn't like that.
It took me a while to figure out that it was Dick Van Dyke because I was trying to go by voice, and for a while I was like, is that Powers Booth famously from Tombstone? It's like, it kind of sounds like Powers Booth. And then when I like looked it up, I was like, oh, that's Dick Van Dyke.
Powers Booth?
That was a Dick Van Dyke.
That's Dick Van Dyke.
I love it.
Still kicking, still dancing.
He's 100.
Yeah.
I love it when people grow old. I love it when we
especially
get our
like,
olds.
especially like that. Like,
Yeah.
I literally saw him like 4 months ago doing like ha cha cha, ya cha cha. Like, I'm still young, doop da.
The ones I know are not.
No, I know like 65-year-olds that are like, pass me my dust.
Yeah, pass me my dust. That is how old people be, though.
Oh, yeah.
They'd
They
be
have
like,
dust.
pass me my dust.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Youngins.
they have. Yeah, they have dust. Do you guys want to do...
I want to dick that Tracy 7.
You guys want to dick that Tracy 7?
Yeah, let's take that Tracy 7. Go ahead.
Okay. When they show Dick Tracy's personal effects, his belongings, in what order were they shown? Was it watch, badge, gun, gun, badge, watch, gun, watch, gun, badge?
Who's first?
Catherine.
Watch.
Mm-hmm.
What are the one that starts with watch?
Watch, badge, gun, or watch, gun, badge?
Badge gun.
Okay.
Okay. I think watch was last, so I think B was the only one where watch was last.
Okay. So when they open it up, it opens up with the watch, badge, gun. Catherine's right.
Kate.
Blinking and the nodding worked, Catherine. Good job. Lips. Was that
I
the
don't know
club?
what you mean.
You were doing this when you were going watch, badge, gun, watch, badge, gun. You were doing that. Lips was eating oysters while Madonna was trying to talk to him.
A lot of them.
Yeah, and he had no time for Madonna. So he ate a lot of oysters. Let's see if you guys know how many he ate. Closest to
Good question.
Nate. How many oysters did he suck back?
Oh, and his mouth is so gross too.
Yep.
Do we see that we see him eating?
Yeah.
That you see him eating
Okay.
physically.
I'm going to say he sucked down 5 oysters.
Okay.
10.
Catherine couldn't, well, she could get more closer, but she's very close.
10.
13.
13 oysters? Oh my
He
God.
ate 13
He
oysters
was
in
eating
that
them
scene.
fast.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He was shell to lip constantly. There's a water cooler at the police station. What animal was the water cooler shaped as?
Fish.
It was a polar bear.
Of course, it was a polar bear.
It was a great prop. It
It
seemed
was.
extremely out of place. In
Yes,
a good way.
it was. Yeah. I wonder who got that after filming. They go in and they bust Big Boy's Caprice for the first time when he's doing dance practice with Breathless Mahoney and the gals and the piano player, which is Mandy Patinkin, by the way. I had no
Mhm.
idea.
Yep.
They caught him doing something, and they said, "We have blank amount of witnesses that saw you this." How many witnesses did they have?
They had 4 witnesses.
We got blank witness saying you were there.
We got 8.
Well, you're both wrong. But Catherine wins because she's closer. They had 14 witnesses. 14.
14? That guy's going to jail.
Yeah. 14 people
Damn.
fingered him.
Freddie got fingered. Oh,
It's funny though. You guys, that was funny. His fingers are connected to strings with sausages on them. Let's have a little moment for Tom Green, Canadian hero.
He is a great comedian.
Oh no, he's ahead. Tom Green walked so that Tim and Eric could run.
Yes.
Like that's simple.
I just don't like the movies. I liked his other. I liked his TV
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
want to watch it. I honestly couldn't handle watching his show now. It would kill me, the awkwardness. I'm thinking right now when he painted like an airbrushed hot lady on his mom's, on the hood of his mom's car. That was like crazy. But in particular, the daddy, would you like some sausage 10 seconds plays in my head way more than I would like to admit.
If you say Freddie or finger or Freddie got finger, I immediately sing the song. It's like, I can't help myself.
Yep.
There is a montage of him sweeping up the city, of him cleaning up all the crime because he got a bug at Big Boy Caprice's hideout. And he throws one hell of a punch. It takes out blank amount of baddies. Kate, you're first.
I like this.
Closest to how many bad guys does this one punch take out?
4.
I'm gonna say 5 guys like bowling pins.
That's not bad, but he went for it. That was a haymaker. 7 dudes he took out.
7 dudes, Dick Tracy.
4 in front, 3 in the back. Gonzo.
Yikes.
Dang, Dick Tracy.
Dang.
Who gets that?
That was Nate.
Okay. 3-2. Kate's in the lead.
2 questions left. What is the name of the local newspaper in this city? Is it the Daily Paper, the Daily Gazette, the Daily Post, or the Daily Edition?
I would say Gazette.
I think I laughed because it was the Daily Paper, wasn't it?
That's why I made the question.
That's
it was
funny.
the Daily Paper.
That's funny. That is funny.
The kid, the actor who grew up or who played the kid grew up to do what profession? Is he a doctor? Is he a weatherman? Is he a police officer? Or is he just an actor?
I read about this gentleman, and I don't believe that any of these answers are correct.
You are 100% correct. Let me rephrase that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, obviously I'm going to say the different one, and that's going to be the right answer.
Yeah.
But
No, then do a different question.
what month was he born in?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
June, July, August, or September?
You know what? He seems like he's a smart young guy, just like myself, who was born in September. So I'll say he was born in September.
I'll say he was born in June.
He was born, like all great people, in July.
Gone forever.
Oh,
So you got that.
Brent's on the board. Now you got to do a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it.
He was a lawyer, just to answer
yeah.
that question. He's a very famous lawyer.
He's a
I wrote
what?
down,
He's a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So in the movie, he's missing a tooth. What tooth is he missing? His central incisor, his lateral incisor, his canine, or a molar?
Central incisor.
I agree.
It's his it's his lateral incisor.
Lateral. Brent gets in. Let's see if Brent can catch up on bonus questions. It's now 3-2.
Gone forever.
Mandy Patinkin played the piano. His name in the movie is Blank Keys. It's a number. What is the number closest to? Kate.
10.
88.
Well, we have a winner. Can't get much perfect or better than perfect, and 88 is the answer. He nailed it. 88 keys.
And when you win, we spell your name. N-A-T-T! Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Underline.
Yeah. We did
And when
it.
you win, we spell your name.
It's a great prize. It's a great prize to win. Feels good every time.
It sounds like you're filling in at the circus.
We're so slow at it. It's like we always have to remember how to spell the names.
Well, I give you a gold medal for your quiz, Brant, even
Thank
though
you.
you got the last question
No,
wrong.
we don't. We
Still
don't
gold medal.
medal
This is
even
a
those.
terrible quiz.
You listen, did you slip during the slalom? Yes, but you got back up and finished and
Yeah.
still won the gold medal. So
Yep,
that counts.
exactly.
Would you guys like to give some medals out to the actors in this movie?
Yes, I would like to.
Let's do that.
My bronze medals going to Dick Tracy himself, Warren Beatty.
Ooh.
I don't think he is very fun to watch, and I find him flat. And but he carried the movie, so he gets my bronze.
That's why he's not getting anything from me, because my bronze is going to William Forsythe, who played old Flat Top, the most memorable of the gangsters.
Yep.
He was the real bad guy. He was the right-hand man. He was the glove in the hand, I think they call it. Do they?
Ooh.
That's what it's going to be. He was the glove in the hand, and he's the most memorable. He looked menacing. He's got that bad guy face.
I'm going to give my bronze to Mandy Patinkin and Inigo Montoya's himself. Homeland Daddy. Those are the two things that I know him from.
Yeah.
Homeland Daddy.
Well, he's like the daddy of the CIA in
Oh.
Homeland. That's how I think of him.
No, that's fucking perfect.
He's like a father figure to the lady who's always crying. Okay, it's been a while since I watched the show.
It's perfect.
He's great. He strikes me as like someone who is maybe scary in real life. Like if you told me that Mandy Patinkin was shouting at people on sets, it would not surprise me even in the slightest amount. But he is kind of like gentle and nice and fun in this movie. And when him and Madonna are singing their little sweet duet together, he seems so nice. So yeah, bronze medal.
My silver medal is going to go to Madonna, who was very good at what she was supposed to be, which was just a sexy lady.
A sex pot.
Yep.
Breathless Mahoney.
As big dog move by her by carrying champagne in a glass everywhere she went.
I would love it. And her clothes looked very uncomfortable too. Just skin tight satin.
And she's so skinny in this movie. She's just like, she
Very
could
thin.
use a Sammy. She could use a Sammy.
And she could use a little bit of self-esteem and self-respect. She was just
throwing herself at the feet. She's always throwing herself at people's feet.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. She, her Mr. Blank was Tyler Durden.
Sure.
Yeah.
What?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That was her growing a backbone. What are we doing? Silver. My silver medal goes to the late Glenn Headley, who played Tess, redheaded, with the man that she loves, but he's married to the job. Thank God the kid came along, because Dick Tracy needed help wrangling that little guy, and that's what kept them together.
Mm-hmm.
She stood by her man somewhat. Tess.
She died.
Yeah, pneumonia, complications of pneumonia.
Ugh.
She's always seemed so sweet. That would be the word that I would use to describe her. And everything is just like, oh, that seems like a very sweet person.
Yeah.
Pulmonary embolism.
Poor guy.
No, she did.
Caught a stroke.
It's in your lung, so it stops your heart from beating, right? Pulmonary embolism?
Yeah. She'll get you. That's probably what's going to get me. Let's be real, guys. I agree. I'm giving I agree with Kate. I'm giving my silver to Madonna. I thought she was great in this movie. I think her character isn't great, well written or particularly, but she kills it in this performance. She was on a run around this time. She's doing A League of Her Own around this time. She's doing this. It was right when the Vogue music video came out. What a time to be Madonna in 1990.
Best time to be Madonna.
Silver medal for the lady herself.
My gold medal is going to Alphonse Big Boy Caprice.
Alfredo?
Al Pacino gets my gold. That boy was acting.
It's like the beginning of an era of Al Pacino where he's in The Godfather. I'm Michael Corleone in The Godfather. And then it slowly progresses till Dick Tracy. And then now he's fucking crazy.
He's a crazy boy. We love it.
My gold medal goes. Honorable mention to Dustin Hoffman for playing Mumbles.
Sure.
Fun character, just not enough. You cannot keep up with Al Pacino as Big Boy Caprice, yelling. No, he was dancing.
Oh, yeah. During that musical number, that's probably my favorite part of the movie is when Madonna's singing the song and he's running around the ladies 5, 6, 7, 8, faster, faster.
Oh my God. He was insane.
Yeah.
He was off to jail and he said, this doesn't count as a break. That's dedication to the art.
Hard. He's going hard.
He didn't want to be a criminal. He wanted to be a guy who ran a show.
Yeah.
They should have just let him be.
How good at dancing would you be if you had him as your coach?
Oh my God. With my dedication plus his encouragement.
Now gargle, Dracula.
Gargoyle. Magic dancing powder. Glue shoes.
That is that's my gold medal.
Yeah, I'm giving him my gold medal too. We didn't even mention him at all during this conversation, but he's just he is the part of this movie that makes it worth watching. If I was going to recommend it, I'd be you got to watch it just to see Al Pacino going insane. He's got a weird hunch. He's got a weird Gomez Adams. Is that what the guy's name is from the Addams Family?
Yeah.
His little mustache. It's just crazy. And he's fantastic.
Scary.
Yeah, it was fun.
When he discovers the bug in the ceiling is such a great scene as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get that's a turkey sandwich for Al Pacino, Alfredo. Well, I give us a 10 out of 10 for our medals because we're so good at giving them. Would you guys like to give this movie a rating?
I would. I would like to rate it on several levels.
Yep.
I would like to rate it on at least 5 different levels.
That's the amount that I'm planning on rating this movie as well. It says Catherine O'Hara was in this movie, but I was watching for her and I did not spot her during this film.
Yeah, I did. She was at the table of all the gangsters at the start. Or when the Al Pacino meeting where he's talking about how everyone should get together. She was the lady with the veil kind of thing over her face.
Oh, I'll have to rewatch that because, I did not catch her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the script for this movie. Nicholas Tracy.
I think it's your go-to default script between cops and bad guys. We've been watching this movie for 100 years now. Same thing, bad guy versus good guy wins. Nothing really out of the blue. I give it a 7.
Yeah, I think it's like
That's
the
what I was
weakest part of this
thinking.
movie.
Yeah.
It's like fine and it does what it has to do, but there's no like nobody has any great lines. There's lots of great performances, but it's not like, oh, that was such a well-written scene or anything. Like, not really.
I think it's too long.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 15 minutes too long.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah, I 100% agree, Kate, especially because it's like a cartoon movie. It shouldn't, it's overstayed its welcome by about
If you're going to
15
have visuals and characters like that, you need a script to back it up.
Yeah. The art direction for this movie, the sets, the props, the costumes,
It's a 10.
you guys know how I feel about gears and cogs, right? You guys, it's a well established how I feel about gears and cogs. You guys know how I feel about a steam dial going into red and then shooting steam out of a pipe.
Yep.
I was trying to read the pressure number off of that.
All I needed was that to see that dial, and it was a 10 for me, and everything else is just bonus in my mind.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
The music for this movie. Actually, I got a lot to say about the music for this movie, which is Danny Elfman, which came as a surprise, who I love. But this music is just the Batman. He just did Batman again. They're like, we need more music for this movie. He's like, here's all the stuff that I submitted to Batman that they said no to. Now give me a check. And it's just, it's exactly like the Batman music. John Williams has a John Williams sound, but everything he does is different. It's like so different. The music from Home Alone is so different from the music in Star Wars. They all sound like John Williams, but it's different. This just sounds like Batman. So I'm going to take away 3 whole points from Danny Elfman, even though he's a great composer. It's just, he already did it.
Yeah. You got Madonna there. And your soundtrack sucks.
We forgot to say Stephen Sondheim wrote all the Madonna songs. He's like famous musical theater Stephen Sondheim. And her songs are fine. They're fine.
Sooner or later you got to. I fucking love that song.
It's crazy that Kate just played a track from the movie and it sounded
we're gonna the episode probably get taken down for DMCA or whatever.
I'm gonna get a YouTube copyright infringement on that shit. Thanks a lot, Kate.
Yeah.
Sooner or later you
oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, you can't
it's
have
a good
like
song.
I said about the script. You can't have crazy characters and all this awesome looking shit and put bad music with it. It really took away 7.
I don't dislike it as much as you guys. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I really like that song.
The genre for this movie. This is an American crime action film. It's got to have crimes and it's got to have action. The action is okay, but Warren Beatty's like moving around like a 60-year-old man.
Yes. He's this is, what's he doing? He's doing paperwork. Like,
yeah,
he's not punching anybody.
I'll give it an 8 in that category. Like it's a fun enough movie and like the crime stuff is good, but the action, it's like that could have been all the stuff that's cut for me, is all the action parts.
I
So 8.
like this movie, but I don't seem to be scoring it well. I'm going to give it a 7.
It's tough in our score system.
It's not like if I wanted a good old fashioned American crime movie and I'd put this on and you got Al Pacino in a pinstripe suit dancing with Madonna and there's a guy named Lips and he gets in the box and there's fucking mumbles. I'm like, it's us, Dustin Hoffman. What the hell? We're wasting all these actors. It's a 7, but it's a really good movie.
We're all saying like, you should watch this movie. This is fun. You should check it out.
Yeah.
But just the specifics of our scoring.
It got a 23, but it's one of the best movies we ever watched.
And the theme this month, okay, this is
Brent has
be
to
interesting
explain
to
it.
see how we do this. Yeah, it's movies that we saw when we haven't seen since we were a kid. And so I guess the way to score this is if you haven't seen this movie since you were a kid, how much would you recommend, like to someone who hasn't seen this movie since they were a kid, that they watch it?
A 10.
And in that, I would give it a 10 as well. Yeah, I think you should definitely watch this movie.
All the visuals stuck in my head from when I was a kid, and I thought maybe that doesn't translate to when I'm an adult, but they still tickled all the same parts.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. I had a great time. There wasn't a moment of watching this where I was like, I wish we were watching something else. I wish we were doing something else. Especially because there's so many great actors doing such weird shit. Like Dustin Hoffman is being so weird in this movie.
My only regret was paying full price for the entire seat.
Because you were on the edge of it.
Yeah.
You were on the edge. Okay,
was
that's
only
great. This movie gets a 41.7, which is pretty good considering it got sandbagged. Like it still got into the 40s, you know?
Yeah.
41.
Yeah, 41.7.
Love it.
And now we got to decide what we're going to watch next week.
I
going?
have something. Nate, do you have something?
If you're ready, you go first.
Okay, so we're either going to watch Set It Off or Bodyguard.
Ooh, I have not seen either film.
Brent, have you seen Set It Off or Bodyguard?
I don't know what Set It Off is.
It is an awesome crime movie starring, Set It
Queen
Off.
Latifah, Jada Pinkett, Vivica Fox, and Kimberly Elise.
Yes.
Okay, so The Most Beautiful Women on Earth, a movie with the most beautiful women on Earth.
Let's watch that because it gets better. It is rated higher than The Bodyguard. So
I would rather.
Let's watch Set It Off.
Okay.
1996 action crime under 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
Well, that'll be great. I'm looking forward to setting it off next week with you two. And that means all that's left to do is say goodnight, Kate.
Good night, Kate.
Good night, Kate.
That's what we need to do. Rob a bank.
Let's do it.
On November 6th.
Don't make me get ugly up in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all can't be serious.
4 friends will set
Don't move.
it off.
Come on, Maggie.
Set it off.
Are we gonna get away with this? Yes.
Rated R. Starts Wednesday, November 6th.
Dick Tracy's 7. Get it?
I liked it better the other way, to be honest.
Okay, I did too.